Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're not new, my name is Sunny, and today's reading is going to be another fun pick a card, and I decided to sorry, I'm trying to speak faster because I'm trying to make the best use out of this light, the little light that I have left from the sunlight. I do have actual light, but I want to use the sunlight, the evening, night, so the evening night light, sorry. For today's reading, it's going to be, what would your celebrity crush think of your personality when they spoke to you? So remember, this is just one particular celebrity crush that you're thinking about. So this person could be your local celebrity or like a big star celebrity, but again, a specific encounter that you might have had or could hypothetically have, right? So remember, I think like even local people, like your weatherman or a comedian that you have a crush on, things like that still apply, right? So I will start with pile one. I was just giving you some examples. I'm going to show you a close-up of your pile one. I'm going to start there. So this is your close-up pile one. You have the Knight of Pentacles upright. There you go. It's a little less blurry in that aspect. There. So with you, pile one, your personality how they would describe you, someone that's a hard worker, someone that's showing off, like, I guess, your creativity. Possibly you have a message to, I feel that for some reason. I don't know if the other cards have this, but I feel like there's usually, I think of knights with these cards specifically because you want to talk to them and approach them and give a message for them. So it's very online with what I guess the conversation might be. Or I think you might have something to tell them. You might strike up a very good conversation with them, and I think you're going to be compared to them. Think of like the age group. I think you might be on the youthful side. Doesn't mean you have to be a youngster, because these readings are meant for 18 and under, but specifically people that are, like in their 20s and 30s possibly. Could be 40s and 50s. Again, this is just a younger feeling of personality, and I'm not trying to specifically go too much into like detail of your appearance because there's so many appearances, but more or less this is a person who works hard, plays hard, but you're out there giving a conversation to them. You really are a talkative person, I feel, even though this is Pentacles. I feel that you're very creative and you want to talk to them because obviously they're your celebrity crush and you've been wanting to talk to them for a bit. But I definitely think that for this pile, they think that you're someone who stands out a bit because you're kind of like the kind of person that walks the talk. I'm trying to say that phrase. You walk the talk, right? You walk the talk. Because, hello, there's a pentacle here. So I feel like you have, I'm not saying that you spend coin and you invest on them, but like you possibly like buy their tickets, if you go see them on a concert or their venues or stuff like that, or their merchandise. I think that you're the kind of person that really like, oh my god, look, I have this item, I totally bought it. Or you're an author, like, can you sign my autograph? I feel that's a conversation more or less of like you interacting with them, like, look, I'm supporting you, wow, like you invest in them, I feel. And they're very appreciative of that sweet message that you support them as an artist, as a creator, as a person of creativity, of, I don't want to say influence, but someone that's in the spotlight, right? So I feel that's the kind of vibe that you give. Very supportive, very endearing, someone that's youthful. That's the kind of energy that they feel from you. You probably work hard for that coin, so they probably appreciate you. But I think that they find you a very stable, comforting personality. I feel even when they speak to you, they feel like you're level-headed. I feel that the conversation's easy to approach. It doesn't feel too like, yes, Pentacles can be like slow, but the conversation's flowy. It doesn't feel like it's too awkward. It feels like, it's understandable, it's approachable, it's lighthearted, so that's what I feel for this pile, is that you give off a youthful personality, a young hardworking personality where you work hard for your money, but you know how to spend it, and you appreciate it by spending it on their kind of like stuff that they have to offer, like, you know, goodies and materials and merchandise, stuff like that. So I hope that helped pile 1. Select a different pile if that didn't resonate. There could be a message there for you, and I will start with pile number 2. This is a close-up of you, pile number 2. Oh, okay. You have King of Pentacles. This is an interesting dynamic. Maybe you were attracted to have selected pile 1. But I definitely think for you, pile 2, I think that you come off as real, not stuck up, but you come off as real, like, high and mighty, to put it like bluntly. That's not a bad thing. That's the personality that you give off. Maybe someone that's very wealthy, extremely wealthy and well off. That's, you know, maybe you're very just, I'm trying to stay clear from the appearance part, but it gives off an energy of where you're possibly very well dressed off as a person, an individual, when they encounter you, and you come off as maybe possibly a little bit snooty and uptight. Maybe that's not your personality, right? But, you know, this could be a first impression, but someone that's because they're well off, they could seem a little out of touch possibly, but that doesn't mean you're like this. But this is some possibilities. You could also appear to be maybe possibly a bit stingy. King of Pentacles is someone that knows how to, you know, treasure their coin, someone that knows how to value their assets also, and, you know, doesn't always mean in a negative way, but again, this is how your personality could come, someone that's very abundant. You possibly look like you're, I just feel like because you look abundant, like it cost you to get all this abundance, right? So I feel that overall, that because you look like you're wealthy, you're very disciplined in this financial aspect, that you look like you could possibly be a little bit stingy with your coin, or maybe possibly very focused on appearances and how things make you look around you, that basically make you look good, but that's, you know, an appearance. Basically, you're someone that looks like you're very disciplined when it comes to your investments, right? There's somehow a connection with pile 1 for me. I'm not going to say what it is if you didn't select it, but I think there's a connection for you if you decided to select it. Sorry, I need to take a little bit of water. I feel like my voice is going to slowly go down. I think overall for this pile, you're someone that looks very fancy. You're someone that knows how to, I feel like maybe you're a collector or something, and that's possibly what strikes up a conversation between you both, your individual crushes, or crush, I don't know why I wanted to say crushes, but your crush, you guys could be collecting fancy items or stuff like that, and that's why you guys connect in that aspect. It may feel like it's a little, I'm not trying to say out of touch, but it's just some people are more well off, and there's nothing wrong with you being well off, but, you know, they could feel like maybe the conversation might sound like a little, like, fancy. I don't know how to say this type of conversation, but imagine, like, you're investing in, like, bikes, like not bicycles, like the motorcycles, there you go, and only, like, certain models are very expensive, and only certain people get to buy those and purchase those because they're expensive, like, purchases, or like remodeling, or just the upkeep, maintenance, and things like that, like, and you're part of those kinds of groups, so that's why you might feel a little exclusive. But yeah, I definitely think that for this pile, they think you're well off, someone that's well mannered, but someone that's very, like, serious, maybe a little bit private, but you kind of give hints that you are well off, you know, financially. That's why I say these things, like these scenarios. You're very disciplined, and that's why you have You have this manner of giving like this air of kingly, like, that status. You give off that status. That's how it comes off across. I think you're serious. They could talk to you. Heavy earth energy for this one. I think that you basically give off this energy to them. Your personality is very stable to them. Very it's not that it's flowy, but it's someone that's it feels like you're talking to like a coworker. That's what it feels like. I think that you're someone that could be diplomatic. Apologies for my dog. But yeah, that's what I feel for you, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to start with pile number 3 because I don't want to take too much time on these. These are just, for funsies. I'm going to start pile 3, a close-up of you. And then, oh, okay, you have the Hierophant reversed. Pile 3, there. Because the light is already going down and I'm trying not to lose the light without turning on my own light. I have the little desk lamp on. So for you, pile 3, you have the Hierophant reversed. They think you're someone that's very free. They think you're someone that could be spiritual. They think you're someone who's like, I'm not trying to say hippy dippy, but that's the vibe you give off. Very like flowy, very Piscean. I know this isn't the Pisces card, but I think it's very Piscean, very flowy, very in touch with your emotions, very in touch with like your creativity, with the flow of everything, around you, and you just come and you go. Very Sagittarian too. It's also because you have co-ruling planets of Jupiter, but yeah, very free-flowing. I think you guys could possibly talk about different philosophies or similar philosophies. I think that your personality might speak to someone that's very spiritual overall. They think you're interesting to speak to. You have a lot to say, but you're very private about it. You're very internal. You don't easily share these things, but you definitely give off these vibes that you have so much wisdom, but you keep it to yourself. Or you're still learning, I don't think of a specific age for this one, but I think it's like an older, imagine like if you're a younger person, you have an old soul. And if you're an older person, you have a young soul. But it's this dynamic of, I just give up this Pisces energy where you're eternally always the same age, or like eternal, like I don't know how to explain where so much time could pass and this person still looks the same, that kind of personality and physical appearance. I'm trying to stay away from like physical descriptions. Overall, this is someone who, I don't want to say you're preachy because this is the opposite. This is someone who you have so much to say and you could, share that to more people, but you're kind of private. And if you struck up a conversation with your celebrity crush, that's exactly what the personality would come off as. Someone who's so much, very spiritual, you could come off in a background of also religious background of family, a city, a town, possibly, and you maybe got out of it and you turned the other way and you decided to be spiritual, or not spiritual, but again, someone that's so smart and interesting and has so much to say, but you kind of keep it to yourself. So I feel like you'd want to approach them and be like, oh, excuse me, are you so-and-so? And they'd be like, yeah. And you'd be like, can I, if you don't mind, take a picture with you or have an autograph? Like, I feel like you would be very concerned if you are disturbing them. I think you're very considerate also. And I think that would open a conversation to where they would be more comfortable speaking up, Like, yes, they're a celebrity and they should be somewhat used to that, like, fan interaction, but I think that overall they would approach you with open arms because you're respectful and you're interesting to speak to. I think you're very, very intellectually stimulating. That's what I think they would think about your personality, pile number 3. I hope that helped. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I haven't been saying that. I've been trying to change my advertising. So I really hope that helped pile number 3. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and to everyone else if you guys stuck around. And I'll see you soon in a different video. Please have a great day because you made it a great day, not because I told you to. And thank you all for sticking around. And I hope you guys had a good time with this reading. Thank you all, and bye-bye.